Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are getting a sneak peek for an upcoming game that will be available for everyone to play at the Steam Next Fest coming out in the middle of February, but we're going to get a little bit of a gameplay feel to it, so we're just going to go straight into there and have a look at how the game plays. Now this is called Picayune's Dream. The premise is that we are to beat a whole bunch of enemies and bosses, and these bosses will unlock memory fragments to help us remember who we are. So we don't remember who we are, but these bosses or these characters that we seem to find know who we are or details about us, and by killing them we kind of unlock memories to you know, kind of remember who we are as a robot or person or whatever. And as you can see, it's got this very interesting kind of upgrade choices where everything is coded. I believe that this is intentional. Guys, this is not a mistake. It's meant to be like this, and I do believe that when the game does release or something, there are going to be ways that we can clean this up a bit to kind of know what it says more by, you know, playing the game and things like that. But we are going to go for the parasite over here. We do have some upgrades on the skill tree, and one of them is for the parasite to bring XP to us if it goes over it. So that is why we use it. It also kind of swims around like a little sperm, attaching itself to enemies and then obviously just dealing damage over time to them. And when it kills them, it moves over to the next enemy. We've also got the core, which is our main damaging attack, which is these bullets over here. So when we upgrade it, all it does is, well, right now it says bullet speed is 6, bullet damage is 10. We're going to see if it upgrades, well, I know it upgrades the amount of shots you do. So there we're shooting 2 now. But the next upgrade, we're going to see if it increases the amount of damage that the bullets do as well. So we'll have a look at that and we'll see what happens. But it is going to be very interesting because I don't actually understand half the code that's there. But if you guys enjoy this game, let me know down in the comment section. We can definitely go and play it more using different guns and weapons and things. So now we've picked up a weapon that looks like it shoots and deals damage in an area around wherever it hits. It doesn't have like a projectile that gets shot. It just kind of explodes on an enemy, which is interesting to see. As you can see over there, there is like a little that's a bomb. This bomb over here just deals damage to enemies. We've got horns. I have no idea what this means. Maybe you can let me know down in the comment section if you can figure out what that means. And then we've got this weird eye thing. What it does is this kind of shoots a laser beam at the enemies. And we are going to pick up that bomb. We are going to just wait for more enemies because it does do something very useful for us. So if we use it right now, it's kind of like a meh thing. It feels like it's a waste. So we're going to keep our eyes on that bomb, keep close to it because we do want to use it. Now there is an auto aim in this game. Let's have a look over here. So the damage isn't actually increased, but it does shoot more projectiles. So I mean, that kind of does increase its damage in somewhat a way. It's unfortunate that it doesn't increase the damage. And then there is a leg saw. So I'm not going to use the leg saw right now. I do want to kind of upgrade the core. We'll see what we get in the next upgrade choices after that. Maybe something else new will be there. Everything's new, obviously, because, you know, this is the first time playing it on the channel for you guys to have a look at it. But I have put a couple of hours into the game already. It is a demo and there is only the first 2 bosses to fight every time, so there isn't really anything new after that. But there is, you know, some excitement behind it, like the type of gameplay. Here's an elite that we kind of just murdered, and it picked up the bomb for us, unfortunately, which was a waste because there was nothing around us. That is really, really sucky as a situation. So It does look like all the upgrades to everything just increases the amount that you get, as opposed to like damage or something like that. So hopefully that's something that can change when the game is released. But this is still the demo, so obviously our input will be really important for helping the game get steered in a really good direction. So there is a lot of potential here. It's really cool that we kind of build our own robot. And this is a bullet hell as well as a reverse bullet hell. So we are on the reverse bullet hell aspect of the game. And you will see once we get to the bullet hell part of it that there is, you know, where the like Soulstone Survivors, where the bosses kind of shoot back at you. There is that aspect of the game as well. So that's the bullet hell aspect of it. And then we've got the reverse bullet hell, which is currently what we are doing. So the arena based bullet hell part of the game is currently being played out. So we upgraded this mortar or whatever it is again. So I'm just assuming it means we can shoot more than once with it. I think it has an AoE damage. I'm not sure. Again, I don't really understand anything. I just push buttons. Maybe if you know more and you paused on a part to read what the code was for me, and you can let me know down in the comments what you think it does, or know more maybe, I don't know. So here it says object new collision object weapon if other object index equals object weapon radius. I don't know what this means. All I know is that it deals damage on the explosion that it causes. I don't even know if it deals damage, because there aren't actually damage numbers based on what you do. There is only the amount of XP you pick up when you kill things. That's the only numbers on the screen. So I have no idea how much damage things do, besides for the amount of base damage that they give you in the original. Like for your core bullets, they deal base damage of 6. But besides for that, I have no idea how much like this telecom thing does. It says other dot damage divided by 2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember seeing that the first time. But anyway, hopefully that means that it's doing damage. We also have like an ultimate or an ability as well. So it's those 3 circles at the top center of the screen. It is called a black hole, and what it does is damage around us, but it also sucks in projectiles. So we will use it on the boss just so I can show you. It is very, very interesting, and it's really, really cool how it works. So when you use it on the bosses, it sucks in the bosses' projectiles and shoots it back at them. So we will use it on the boss just to show that. But I think we'll use it on the second boss instead of the first boss. So here's the first boss. His name is Rabbit. It says, time for you to blow up. That was us saying that to them. And the dialogue actually changes every single time. So, you know, we can either skip it or play with it. It doesn't really matter. It kind of changes every single time. They say something different all the time. The one time that you play, they're like, oh, who am I? And they're like, no, I know this is your name because of what your battle suit or whatever says about you. And otherwise, like there you saw, they didn't really say much. And as you can see, this is the bullet hell aspect of the game. We kind of got to dodge the boss's attacks. But the laser eye beam is actually a really good weapon to have there, because it kills things quickly. So as you can see, there is like a USB drive that dropped, and it says we acquired a memory, and that is the bunny or rabbit memory. And now we've got some new places to go. We are going to go for the second difficulty, I guess we could call it. Our mortality is 5. I think this makes it 10. So let's see what happens over here. An undying, whatever, 5.05. So that little symbol over there is healing, so we'll heal 10%. So there we go over there. We've still got Rabbit's head floating in space. That's pretty funny. And then I believe this thing, obviously I have only done this difficulty once before. I haven't let that thing touch me, but I believe it's something similar to the Void Presence. from Soulstone survivors, and we cannot kill it. But I do know that if we use our black hole, it disappears for a certain time, but it does respawn. So, you know, that is unfortunate that you can't get rid of it, because who likes to be chased by some weird monster? Now, because this is also a demo, there are only the 2 bosses that you fight. As far as I understood it from what the dev told me, currently there is nothing after you've beaten the first boss. There are no memory fragments. There are other bosses, but they don't kind of, you know, it's just a demo, so you kind of just got to push to see how far you can get, and that is that. So we picked up a battery there, which increases our projectile speed. Maybe there's something that increases projectile damage or damage itself that we haven't seen yet, or maybe there's something going to be introduced after the demo is out, just so that it does make it easier, because obviously if you're only doing a certain amount of damage, you know, you're kind of stuck at just kind of picking up those things. So over here, what does this do? Every frame deals damage, blah blah blah. Doesn't really tell us, so I don't know what any of this means. This is just another weapon that shoots out more balls. Let's level up the laser again. Maybe it deals more damage, I don't know, but it's worth leveling it up anyway since we have it. I know that parasite, it doesn't increase the amount of damage they do, but it does increase the amount of parasites you get. So in a sense it does increase the amount of damage, because, well, they can attach like all of them to one enemy if that does happen. So it does indirectly increase the amount of damage that you deal, but again, it doesn't increase its flat damage. So core, again, it's just +1 to the amount of damage. Again, the bullet damage is 10 and the bullet speed is 6. And we did pick up a bomb over there. As you could see, this time it did actually do something more than it did last time, where it spreads along the enemies and just kills them very quickly for us. So that's fantastic. Another thing is, if you don't pick up any of the XP, if that was even a thing, you'll see the number on the XP kind of jump. So there you were seeing quite high numbers where they were in the hundreds as opposed to 10s and 20s, and the actual amount does increase if they were left there. So it does kind of accumulate like it did in Vampire Survivors, where you got like the red gems if you didn't pick up any of the blue ones, or green for more XP. Same thing happens here. If we didn't pick it up, it would increase the amount or the number, as well as obviously giving us more XP if we did pick it up at a later stage. But because we do have the parasite upgrade, they are picking up XP for us, and therefore not making it able for us to get that juicy number for like a pick up something and level up immediately from there. But otherwise, this is how it's going. I believe at 12 minutes is the second boss, so we will get there. We are quite healthy, and I will show you what the bomb or the black hole explosion does with the projectiles of that boss. And the reason I've left it for that boss is kind of obvious once you see the boss for yourself, so we will keep it at that. You'll just have to see what happens. It also looks like this laser beam gets thicker with every upgrade, but that could just be me. I could be quite wrong there, but from what I can see, it does look like it is getting slightly thicker. Maybe that's what the upgrade does. It also looks like it's turning and all of that is a lot quicker now than what it was before. But I don't know. Again, like I said, that code doesn't really say much to me. So I don't know what that all does, or, you know, what the upgrade itself brings to it. I do believe I mentioned it earlier. If I didn't, well, now I am now. But when I spoke to the dev, he did say that there might be a way to unlock less of the coding, like it would be an upgrade, that it would be normal text or something like that, but that's going to be an upgrade in the game that you unlock as you progress the game further. So I haven't found anything like that. He did say there were things to find in the game besides for the bosses. I haven't really found anything, so I'm not 100% sure. We're just going to use one of our black holes. Unfortunately, we were getting quite surrounded over there, but that's okay. We do have the transmission going on, and the boss fight will occur in the next couple of seconds. So let's just keep going. As you can see, here he is. Why don't you just give up, Sil? Become part of me, and you don't have to worry about your mission. Let it be someone else's problem. I don't even know if there is anybody else. Why don't you just give up trying to kill me? Picayune told me to kill you. I will do anything they ask. We have no idea who Picayune is. Alright, so is a person who knows nothing ever a person? Oh, well, that's rude of them. And this is one of the instances where the boss gives us a lot of dialogue. As you can see, it is this, but we are going to show you what happens. So we sucked in all of the projectiles and we shoot them out as soon as the ability is finished. So there we go, and it just deals damage to the enemy. Now, if you guys have played bullet hell type games before, we all know that these centipedes, when you destroy a certain body part, split up like that. Oops. And they obviously become more troublesome if you don't destroy the first part of their body, because this kind of happens where now we're really dodging a lot where we didn't really have to be, but you know, that's just the way that we landed up getting, you know, just with the way the weapons that we've got and the way that this boss is flying around. But he's dead, pretty easy. But unfortunately, demo-wise, there isn't any unlock over there memory-wise, so we kind of just got to keep going. So let's go to the next difficulty. There are these weird symbols. Let's go for the skull and move up. So the mortality should start to increase probably to 15 now, and we will just take a look at it. But we don't have much life. We don't have another upgrade to the super, but now as you can see, every time we kill something, they explode into small projectiles. So that is what happens at this level of difficulty, which is quite cool. But again, as far as I understood him, well, one, I haven't actually been further than this, so I don't know if there is another boss fight. But from what I understood from the developer is that there will be no other boss fight after the second boss, as it is just the demo. But you know, there's still a variety of gameplay in the game, and a good couple of hours in the demo of gameplay and fun to be had. So definitely worth the pickup, and definitely worth playing the demo if you get the chance to pick it up at the Steam Next Fest. So unfortunately, we were overwhelmed over there and we died. And we can access the one memory that we unlocked, but we're not going to do that because it's kind of like you unlock all of them and it becomes like a progressive story. It's very weird and confusing, but when you play the demo, just push spacebar when you have finished the game, or when you die and you access the memory. But for the video today, we're not going to do that, and that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.